Hey everyone, Braiden here with Tactical Cowboy. We got a little review for you on the SIG P320 X5 Legion. Man, I've had this thing forever. It actually was the very first pistol that I bought, so other than using like the M9 in the Marine Corps, this is the one where I have all of my reps on. Thousands and thousands of reps. And man, so kind of to get into this thing, it's been awesome. I've really liked it over time, but I do have some things that I don't like. So some likes and dislikes. One of the main things about this pistol that I really like is the weight. So unlike the other 320s, it's very hefty, which can be a pro and a con. Is this something that I'd want to take out with me on, say, like a patrol or something? Probably not. I probably don't want to be carrying this heavy thing because you start to add the gun, you start to add the ammo, the weight adds up very, very quickly. However, when you're actually shooting it, it helps keep the gun in place because it has all that mass, right? So it's a nice full-size pistol. It fits your hands really well. Other things for pros is it has these nice little slide cuts because this is a heavy slide. These pistols are already not the best for recoil management because of the bore axis in relation to that grip right there. Notice where the barrel is and where your hand sits. So on Glocks, your hand will sit much higher. The more leverage we can get on this pistol, the better we're going to be able to control it. And with our hand being a little bit lower, we're not going to be able to control it quite as good. Is it the end-all be-all? No, it's not the end-all be-all. It all comes down to personal preference, but hopefully this gives you some ideas when it comes to buying a pistol or a future pistol that you can be like, man, yeah, I really like that or I don't like that. And you can make your own informed decision. It was super nice, came with these nice suppressor sights. The trigger is really nice. But one thing with the trigger itself is the reset isn't super powerful. It's honestly a really smooth reset, which has, again, pros and cons. It feels really nice, but when it comes to shooting fast, it's not as aggressive as a Glock and it doesn't really push your finger away like a Glock does. So it's harder to tell when you're shooting really fast that your finger is right back to that wall. So you can obviously train that, and we have been for the past 3 years training on it and getting a ton of reps in, and it's been absolutely awesome and getting some, I would say comfortably around that 0.8, 0.7 time frame for the splits. That's going to be comfortable for shooting fast. Anything past that, it's going to start getting a little bit spicy with that trigger. You're kind of going to have to start mashing it a little bit to really get that finger moving quick. Other things that I like about the pistol is the modularity. It's super nice being able to add a flared mag well. You can add a gas pedal on here. So these are two things that absolutely are not necessary, but this one came with that flared magwell and I added that gas pedal when I first got it. And it's been super nice for hand placement because I could know for a fact that my thumb is in the exact same spot every single time. So if you go ahead, what, can you come over here real quick? So if I'm going and I'm building my grip right here and I put my thumb, I'm just resting it in this nice consistent place with that gas pedal. So the modularity with these 320s is super nice. Other big name brands are going to have that same modularity, like Glock is going to have a lot of different options. But this is nice because it comes with a lot of stuff out of the box. You'll notice that I kind of went and just did a very, very fast stippling job to the smoother parts of this grip because it's not very grippy. I'm not going to lie. When I very first got this thing, I actually added grip tape around the entire grips, just some like camoform tape that's kind of sticky, so my hand would stay in that nice same spot. Whereas if you start to get sweaty hands, you're shooting a lot, you're doing any sort of stress shoots, and you pull this thing out and it's super slick, you'll start to notice, man, that thing is super smooth and I'm gonna want a little bit more grip. So some sort of grip tape or stippling job is going to be something that you're probably going to want to look into if you end up getting this pistol. I've actually conceal carried this thing. Is it the best conceal carry pistol? Probably not, but you absolutely can do it, and it's heavy. It's very, very heavy for a conceal carry pistol because it has that tungsten infused grip. So all these things are different things to think about. You can go and you can change the mag release, you can go and swap out the barrels, get threaded barrels, all sorts of different stuff on this thing. So it's been super nice. I love the Leopold Delta Point Pro that I got on here. It's actually been phenomenal. For me and my eyes, I seem to like the clear lens on this, that it has a little bit better than say an RMR, where I have a little bit harder time looking through an RMR. Just my eyes, that's kind of how my eyes work. So that's, again, personal preference. I know Devin, he shot this before, and it'd be interesting to get his thoughts on kind of the times that he's shot this in comparison to say Glocks and the Shadow systems, different pistols like that.
Yeah, so my first impression, shot it last week, right?
Yeah.
It was good. It is heavy. And I'm sure you already said it, you can really feel that slide come back and forth.
Yeah, heavy slide.
But we were able to get some pretty fast splits on it. One thing I want to test out with it is the single-handed shooting. We'll go full grip here real fast. Get on that gas pedal.
Yeah, establish a baseline.
Not too much wrist tension. Let's just kind of hold the gun a little bit soft. Right? Like, I'm not holding it very tight at all. Obviously it's moving around, but it came right back to the center of the target and I could break a shot within a reasonable amount of time. So let's go ahead, add a little bit of wrist tension, a little bit of pressure from the offhand, like our video from a couple weeks ago. Maybe a little bit faster. That was a little bit quicker.
Nice.
Yeah, so it is different, right? That Shadow systems I've got is very light. So you don't feel the gun in your hands nearly as solid, and you don't feel that slide reciprocate. But I would say I'm shooting the same speed, probably. Yeah. Let's try to go a little bit faster. Yeah, I'm already getting like a little hand workout. I'm holding it, 'cause it's heavy. Nice. So pretty solid. It's like an interesting balance, right? It's heavy, but I have to fight it a little bit less. But would I want to carry it? No.
Yeah.
Way too heavy for that, in my opinion. I mean, for some people it's probably fine, like Will or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like a little bit lighter of a pistol for carrying it around. I only got a couple of rounds left. Do you mind if I do the strong hand?
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this feels. Because the Shadow is nice because it's light.
Yeah.
So when I'm pressing it out, I'm not actually holding the gun. Because if you had this out there for a solid amount of time, your hand's going to start to get tired, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, let's see how this goes. That was pretty nice. So I do feel like that weight helped, that return, when I'm shooting one-handed for sure.
Yeah.
That actually felt pretty good because it was like, when I have the Shadow, it's such a light pistol, I really have to apply wrist tension to keep it going, and a Glock, where that one, it's got a little more of a vertical angle too. But I felt like the weight brought it back to my original point of aim quickly.
Yeah,
you know?
That's another great point, is on that grip angle. So on top of that bore axis, that grip angle, if you look at it, you'll notice it is not nearly as steep as, say, a Glock. So it actually is a little bit disadvantageous to have that upright wrist position, because what you're going to end up wanting to do to actually control the recoil is have that wrist tension. And if you can't quite lock out that wrist, it's not the same. So that it would be something that I would like to see in the future, is a little bit sharper wrist angle, so that way you can really lay into it. But right now it's kind of at the neutral wrist angle.
Yeah, I think they make mods, right?
Yeah.
Different companies make mods.
Yeah.
And I don't know how steep they get, but that is why I like the Glock and the Shadow, because I'm doing this. And now the dot's there. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but every time I did that with the SIG, I went.
Yeah.
I had like, oh, it's down there, bring it up. So that's a difference as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on the SIG X5 Legion for the P320 line. And overall thoughts is I really like it, but there are some things to be desired, but that's with every pistol. So every pistol is going to be a little bit different, personal preferences, but yeah, I like it. I'm probably going to continue to use this thing until it finally fails, and then we'll see what we get from there. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
comment below if you think it's going to blow up in his hands.
Yeah.
Comment below. Is it going to explode?
Yeah, let's do a bet. I'll throw a round in here and we'll drop it on the floor and see if it explodes.
Right?
Not actually going to do that, but it'd be funny. Watch one of Grantham's videos.
Yeah, he'll do it for us.
Shout out to Grantham.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Hell yeah, that's it. That's all we got for you guys. Have a good one.